Hi, I'm Emily, and today I'm going to share about the Vietnam War. The Vietnam War was a war between North and South Vietnam, which took place from 1955 to 1975. The North Vietnamese, or the Viet Cong, were ruled under a communist leader, Ho Chi Minh, and the South Vietnamese were ruled under Ngo Dinh Diem. When the war started, President Eisenhower was in office, and he feared the domino theory of communism that might take place in Asia. He told the Americans to sink or swim with Ngo Dinh Diem. When President Kennedy took office, he as well agreed to swim with Ngo Dinh Diem. So the U.S. gave South Vietnamese a lot of financial aid. By the end of 1963, the U.S. already gave $16,000 to South Vietnam. However, in November 1963, President Kennedy was assassinated, and his vice president, LBJ, took the office. Well, not the LBJ that won 4 times NBA MVP, but Lyndon B. Johnson. Johnson was a really aggressive leader and drew the U.S. further into the Vietnam War. In August 1964, the Tonkin Gulf incident took place. The Tonkin Gulf incident was a military confrontation between the U.S. and the North Vietnam. North Vietnam bombed an American destroyer, USS Maddox, at Tonkin Gulf, which killed 8 Americans. And in order to take revenge, Johnson urged the Congress to approve the Tonkin Gulf Resolution. In February 1965, Johnson unleashed the Operation Rolling Thunder. And by the end of 1965, more than 180,000 Americans were fighting in Vietnam. However, that was never enough. The American commander in South Vietnam, General William Westmoreland, requested more troops. By June 1967, more than 500,000 U.S. soldiers were battling the Viet Cong. So now you might wonder, shouldn't this battle be quick and easy since the Americans are so strong and had really good weapons? Well, but the Americans faced a lot of hindrances while fighting the Viet Cong. First, the battles mostly took place in the jungle, which became a really tough task for American soldiers. The Viet Cong knows the jungle a lot better than American soldiers, and they dug a lot of tunnels and made countless booby traps that killed thousands of Americans. Their strategy was to hit and run. So most of the time, before American soldiers could fight back, the Viet Cong are already gone in their tunnels. Second, there wasn't a clear symbol that can symbolize the Viet Cong, so it was really hard for the American troops to identify where the danger is coming from. For example, a little boy standing on the corner may be ready to throw a grenade. So to counteract the problems mentioned above, the Americans were forced to take extreme actions. First, in order to find where the Viet Cong are hiding, American troops cleared the forest by dropping napalm, a gasoline-based bomb that will set the jungle on fire, and by spraying Agent Orange, a lead-killing toxic chemical. Second, since it was hard to identify who was friendly and who wasn't, the American troops then decided to slaughter and burn every village they passed by that they thought was a Viet Cong village. Other than being hated by the South Vietnamese, increasing number of deaths of the American soldiers led to opposition within the U.S. as well. A third of the nation opposed the U.S. to continue participating in the Vietnam War. So eventually, from 1973 to 1975, the United States withdrew troops from Vietnam. And that's the end of the Vietnam War.